Our next guest joins us by phone from Minnesota, the state he represented in the House of Representatives for 12 years. We are joined now by Republican former Congressman Vin Weber. Congressman Weber, you have never been a big fan of Donald Trump, but it seems as though your unfanhood has taken an even darker cast of late. Tell us what you're thinking right now about the Republican nominee.
Unfanhood is a good word and an understated word. I think the Republican Party has made an epic mistake. And we've nominated somebody that's going to rip the party apart over policy. We've nominated somebody that is going to alienate every emerging and enlarging demographic in the country. And we're beginning to see evidence that we've nominated somebody that may actually be a big drag on people down ticket, which I haven't believed until now. But the most important thing is we've nominated somebody that is contrary to the spirit of republicanism that I've tried to build all my life. I don't claim to have been the general, but I was a foot soldier in Ronald Reagan's army, and I was the chairman of Jack Kemp's campaign, and this is not the Republican Party that we wanted.
Congressman, I know you're loath in some cases to give advice to others, but what would you say to Republicans on the ballot like Paul Ryan and others, what they should say now about Donald Trump, different from what they're currently saying, if anything?
Very tough. I don't hesitate to say it's easier for me. I'm not running for anything. I get that. Paul Ryan has huge responsibilities. Mitch McConnell has huge responsibilities that I don't have. Candidates for office have to cope with the base of their party, right. Unhappy with the fact that they may not be totally on board.
Stipulating, Congressman, that it's tougher for them. What would you like them to do?
I would like them to say that their agenda is not Trump's agenda, their leader is not Trump's leadership, and say whatever they want about whether or not they're going to vote for him. That's really not my concern. My concern is that they talk about a Republican agenda that is not Donald Trump's agenda.
Congressman, do you think that that Donald Trump is mentally and emotionally stable enough to be president of the United States?
I don't know that. I will leave that to others.
There are those who are concerned about that very issue after the last few days. I'm just curious whether that's one of your concerns.
I have followed that discussion, but I'm not. Here's the honest truth. I don't need to have that question answered for my satisfaction. What he says about issues and what he says about different groups of people is quite enough for me. He can be perfectly mentally stable and balanced and all that, and I'm still not for him.
But do you think that he's temperamentally, let's put it that way, temperamentally suited to having control of the nuclear launch codes?
Well, I saw Joe Scarborough this morning, or maybe it was yesterday morning, saying that he was discussing the use of nuclear weapons with somebody. So that's pretty scary to me. But I don't know anything. I'm not here to argue anything about his mental stability. I don't know anything about that. I really will leave that to others. I would say, related to that, though, he is purely unqualified. I mean, he's the least qualified person to be president we've ever nominated. If you're a serious person about our country and about public policy, you have to wonder about putting someone in office, regardless of their temperament, who has not one day experience in any branch of government.
Vin Weber, a short question, short answer. Would you rather Trump win in November or lose?
I would rather that he lose. I say that with great pain in my heart because I'm a Republican. My father was a Republican. My grandfather was the president of the Minnesota State Senate as a Republican and the chairman of the Wilkie delegation to the 1940 Republican Convention. I've never voted for anybody other than a Republican for president. But the election of Donald Trump would not only be bad for the country and the world, it would be disastrous for the Republican Party that I have tried to be part of all of my life.
All right, Vin Weber, just the last question. You going to vote for Hillary Clinton?
I don't know yet. I really don't. I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump. I listened to Mitt Romney this summer talk about why he was going to vote for some third party or independent candidate, but not either Hillary or Trump. I'm weighing that. But I do listen to the Trump people insistently telling us that this is a binary decision. And if they convince me of that, I'll vote for Hillary.